It's like hanging out with a friend that's more your age.
Just kid things. They were just doing kid things.
He just came across as a loving, caring, kind soul. It was easy to believe that he was just that.
That was a clip from the controversial HBO documentary Leaving Neverland. Now, Michael Jackson biographer says he has proof the filmmakers behind Leaving Neverland fabricated their accusations. Mike Smallcombe is a journalist and the author of Making Michael. He joins me from the United Kingdom. Michael, thank you very much for your time today.
Hello, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. A lot of debate, a lot of conversation about this story. I want to ask you now, one of your biggest issues with the film is that James Safechuck could not have been molested at the Neverland train station, this being between 1988 and 92, as the documentary says, because it wasn't built until 1994. Talk to us a bit about that, because, I mean, as I say, this is very much quite a bit of a controversial topic here.
Yeah, so James Safechuck, there's a lawsuit that's still going on, actually, under appeal. Both Wade Robson and James Safechuck are suing the Michael Jackson estate, or making a creditor's claim. And within that, James Safechuck made it clear that, he alleges that he was abused between 1988 and 1992. And he's repeated that in interviews around the documentary. So he's clear that this alleged abuse ended in 1992 at the age of 14. And it can now be proven that I'll go back to, in the documentary, he alleges that he was abused in an upstairs room in Neverland's train station. So within that time period of 1988 to 92.
Right.
And it can now be proven that that Neverland train station was actually not open until 1994. So you've got a real 2-year discrepancy there. And it's not just a case of timelines or dates. It really changes the narrative of the whole movie. Because Safechuck in 94 would have been 16 years old. So by the time this could have happened, he would have been much older than he originally said. Right.
What about Wade Robson and the Grand Canyon story? You said that there's a concern with that. You're questioning that one as well.
Yeah. So the Grand Canyon thing is the first part of the Leaving Neverland documentary. In the first part of that, he says that's how the abuse started. When the family went to Neverland for the first time for a weekend, and that the family then left Wade behind with Michael after the initial 2 days that they were there. And Joy Robson, Wade's mother, has twice testified under oath that Wade Robson actually went with the family to the Grand Canyon on that trip, even after Wade made his allegations, so as recently as 3 years ago. So the fact that, she didn't get her story straight there at all, would have no reason to lie about that, because they openly have admitted that Wade stayed with Michael. So why not just say, we left him there that time alone with Michael, nothing happened. But they have always said that Wade went to the Grand Canyon. And and twice Joy Robson has said that Wade was only ever alone with Michael once. That was in 1993. Yeah. And Wade said that too.
How far are you looking to take this? I mean, I apologize, Mike, we're almost out of time here. But I know that you're questioning sort of the credibility of both Wade Robson and James Safechuck. We know that the movie's director, Dan Reed, has responded to your report and to sort of your challenging of dates and challenging of the allegations. Where is this going to go now?
For me, it's about journalism. It really is. I can't categorically say that Michael Jackson was innocent. I can't come out and say that. But the documentary was so one-sided. The whole thing really violated all norms and ethics of journalism. And there was a whole raft of information that the director deliberately did not tell viewers and didn't include because it would have discredited Robson and Safechuck. So for me, it's about balancing that up and getting that information out there to the public that they didn't have, that they really needed to have to be able to see this documentary in a real 50-50 light. So you've got the one side and you've got the other side. they've only heard the prosecution side. They haven't heard the defense.
Mm-hmm. Well, story that's far from over, obviously, from this conversation that you and I are having, and I'm sure we'll be chatting more. Mike Smallcombe, journalist and author of Making Michael. Mike, appreciate your time on this, and the conversation continues. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.